All right, listen up. How many times have you had this huge, amazing idea bubbling inside you? You're practically bursting with excitement, ready to change the world. So, what do? You blurt it out to anyone who will listen, right? Wrong. I'm here to tell you that your big plans, your dreams, that fire in your belly, it's precious, and you might be killing it before it even has a chance to breathe. Today, we're diving deep into why keeping your plans to yourself might be the smartest, most powerful thing you can do. Forget the hype. Forget the validation. This is about protecting your dreams and actually making them happen. So buckle up, because this is why you should never share your plans until you're ready to shock the world. Let's go. All right, let's dive deep into why keeping your plans under wraps is one of the most powerful things you can do. We're going to unpack these keynotes one by one, and I promise by the end of this, you'll see the world and your dreams in a whole new light. First up, the energy vampire effect. Think about it. You've got this incredible idea, right? It's like a little seedling, just starting to sprout. It's fragile, it's new, and it needs nurturing. Now, imagine you run around telling everyone about it. What happens? You're suddenly bombarded with opinions, criticisms, and well-meaning, but often soul-crushing advice. It's like exposing that tiny seedling to a hurricane. People, even those who love you, project their own fears, limitations, and past experiences onto your dream. They might say things like, "That's a really tough market," or "Have you thought about how much that will cost?" Or the classic, "That's never going to work." And even if they don't say it outright, you can often sense their skepticism. This negativity, even if unintentional, acts like an energy vampire, slowly sucking the life out of your motivation. It chips away at your confidence, plants seeds of doubt, and makes you question whether you're even capable of achieving your goal. Think about the Wright brothers. Imagine if, before they actually flew, they'd gone around telling everyone they were going to build a flying machine. People would have laughed them out of town. They were constantly ridiculed and faced immense skepticism, but they kept their heads down, focused on their work, and ignored the naysayers. They understood that their vision was fragile and needed to be protected from the negativity of others. This isn't about being paranoid or distrustful. It's about being strategic. It's about recognizing that your energy is a finite resource, and you need to protect it fiercely. Every time you explain your plan, you're essentially spending energy. You're defending it, justifying it, and trying to convince others of its worth. That's energy that could be better spent actually working on your plan. So the next time you feel the urge to share your big idea, ask yourself, is this conversation going to fuel my motivation, or is it going to drain it? Choose wisely. Protect your energy. Your dreams depend on it. Now, let's talk about premature celebration. This one's sneaky because it feels good in the moment. You share your plan, people get excited, they shower you with praise, and you feel amazing. It's like a little hit of dopamine. But here's the problem. That feeling of accomplishment is often a false one. You haven't actually done anything yet. You've just talked about it. And that premature celebration can actually trick your brain into thinking you've already achieved your goal, which reduces your drive to actually work towards it. It's like eating dessert before dinner. You're satisfied, but you haven't gotten the real nourishment you need. This phenomenon is backed by research. Studies have shown that verbalizing your goals can create a sense of completion, even if you haven't taken any concrete steps towards achieving them. This is because when you share your goals, your brain releases dopamine, the same neurotransmitter that's released when you actually achieve something. So you get the reward without putting in the work. This can lead to procrastination, lack of follow-through, and ultimately, failure. Think about New Year's resolutions. How many times have you enthusiastically declared your resolutions to everyone you know, only to abandon them by the end of January? The act of sharing your resolutions might have given you a temporary boost of motivation, but it also created a false sense of accomplishment, making it less likely that you would actually stick to them. The key is to delay gratification. Resist the urge to share your plans until you've made significant progress. Let the satisfaction of actually working on your goal be your primary motivator. Let the results speak for themselves. Next up, we have idea theft and discouragement. This is a two-pronged threat. On one hand, you risk someone stealing your idea and running with it before you even have a chance to get started. The world is full of people looking for the next big thing, and if you're not careful, you could be handing your million-dollar idea to someone else on a silver platter. This doesn't necessarily mean someone will intentionally steal your idea. Sometimes it's just a matter of them hearing your plan and subconsciously incorporating it into their own work. Or they might share your idea with someone else who then runs with it. The point is, once your idea is out there, you lose control of it. On the other hand, you risk facing discouragement from people who don't understand your vision. They might tell you your idea is unrealistic, impractical, or even stupid. And while constructive criticism can be valuable, negative feedback from the wrong people can be incredibly damaging, especially in the early stages of your project. Think about the story of Airbnb. When Brian Chesky and Joe Gebbia first came up with the idea of renting out air mattresses in their apartment to conference attendees, people thought they were crazy. Investors laughed at them, but they didn't let the negativity stop them. They kept working on their idea, refining it, and proving the doubters wrong. Imagine if they had given up after the first few rejections. The world would be a very different place. Your ideas are precious. They're unique to you, and they deserve to be protected. Don't let the fear of idea theft or the discouragement of others prevent you from pursuing your dreams. Keep your vision close to your chest and only share it with people you trust implicitly. Now, let's talk about the perfectionism trap. This is a big one, especially for those of us who tend to be perfectionists. When you share your plans, you open yourself up to external validation. You start to crave the approval of others, and you become afraid of failing in their eyes. This fear of failure can lead to paralysis. You become so focused on making everything perfect that you never actually launch. You get stuck in a cycle of planning, tweaking, and refining, but you never take the leap. This is because sharing your plans creates a sense of pressure. You feel like you have to live up to the expectations of others, and that can be incredibly stressful. You start to worry about what people will think if you fail, and that fear can prevent you from taking risks and experimenting. Think about the countless artists, writers, and entrepreneurs who have never shared their work with the world because they're afraid of criticism. They're so focused on creating something perfect that they never actually create anything at all. The key is to embrace imperfection. Understand that failure is a part of the process. It's how we learn and grow. Don't let the fear of failure prevent you from taking action. Keep your plans to yourself. Focus on the process and allow yourself to make mistakes. The only way to achieve perfection is to start with imperfection. Finally, let's talk about strategic advantage. This is perhaps the most compelling reason to keep your plans to yourself. Secrecy allows you to execute your vision without interference, distractions, or competition. It gives you a strategic advantage over others who might be pursuing similar goals. When you keep your plans secret, you have the freedom to experiment, iterate, and adapt without having to worry about what others think. You can make mistakes without being judged, and you can change your course without having to explain yourself to anyone. This is especially important in competitive industries. If you're working on a groundbreaking new product or service, you don't want to give your competitors a head start by revealing your plans prematurely. You want to keep them guessing, and you want to surprise them with your launch. Think about Apple. They're notorious for their secrecy. They keep their product development plans under wraps until the very last minute, and that creates a sense of anticipation and excitement. It also gives them a strategic advantage over their competitors, who are constantly trying to figure out what Apple is going to do next. Secrecy is a powerful tool. It allows you to control the narrative, manage expectations, and surprise the world with your brilliance. So, embrace the power of silence. Keep your plans to yourself. Focus on execution and let your results speak for themselves. That's how you create a truly lasting impact. That's how you achieve your dreams. Okay, let's run through those keynotes again, expanding on each one to really drive home the point of why keeping your plans close to your chest is a game changer. First, the energy vampire effect. It's more than just negativity. It's a subtle drain on your very life force. Imagine you're building a sandcastle. You're meticulously crafting it, adding details, and feeling proud of your creation. Now, imagine someone comes along and starts pointing out all the flaws. The foundation's weak. The walls are crooked. The tide's coming in. It's all going to wash away anyway. Even if they're trying to be helpful, their words can deflate your enthusiasm and make you want to give up. That's what happens when you share your plans with the wrong people. They unknowingly become energy vampires, sucking the motivation right out of you. This isn't about cutting everyone out of your life. It's about being discerning about who you share your dreams with. Think of it like this. You wouldn't share your deepest secrets with a stranger, would you? Your plans are just as vulnerable. They need to be protected from negativity, skepticism, and unsolicited advice. A fascinating study by Dr. Heidi Grant Halverson showed that people who kept their goals to themselves were more likely to achieve them than those who announced them publicly. Why? Because they avoided the energy-draining effects of external opinions and stayed focused on their own internal motivation. So, guard your energy fiercely. Surround yourself with people who believe in you and your vision, and keep the rest in the dark until you're ready to shine. Next, we have premature celebration. This is the silent killer of ambition. It's the trap of feeling like you've already accomplished something just by talking about it. Think about it. You announce your plan to run a marathon, and suddenly everyone's congratulating you, telling you how amazing you are. You bask in the praise, feeling like you're already halfway to the finish line. But the truth is, you haven't even laced up your running shoes yet. That premature celebration gives you a false sense of accomplishment, which reduces your motivation to actually train and prepare for the marathon. Derek Sivers, the founder of CD Baby, famously gave a TED Talk about this very phenomenon. He cited research showing that telling people your goals makes you less likely to achieve them. He argued that the act of sharing your goals satisfies your brain's need for recognition, making you feel like you've already made progress, even if you haven't. This isn't to say you should never celebrate your achievements, but save the celebration for when you've actually accomplished something tangible. Let the hard work, the dedication, and the results be your reward. Delay gratification, and you'll be much more likely to reach your goals. Now, let's tackle idea theft and discouragement. This is where things get real. The world is a competitive place, and not everyone has your best interests at heart. Sharing your plans prematurely can expose you to both intentional and unintentional idea theft. Someone might hear your idea and decide to run with it themselves, or they might inadvertently share it with someone else who does. And even if no one steals your idea outright, you risk facing discouragement from people who don't understand your vision. They might tell you your idea is too risky, too expensive, or too difficult to execute. Think about the story of Sarah Blakely, the founder of Spanx. She kept her idea for shapewear a secret for years, working on it in her spare time while selling fax machines. She knew that if she shared her idea too early, someone might steal it or discourage her from pursuing it. She waited until she had a solid prototype and a clear business plan before she revealed her vision to the world. Her secrecy allowed her to protect her idea, refine her product, and build a successful business without interference. Your ideas are your intellectual property. They're valuable assets that need to be protected. Don't let the fear of idea theft or the discouragement of others prevent you from pursuing your dreams. Keep your vision close to your chest and only share it with people you trust implicitly. Next up, the perfectionism trap. This is a common pitfall for high achievers. You have a great idea, but you're so afraid of failing that you never actually launch. You get stuck in a cycle of planning, tweaking, and refining, but you never take the leap. Sharing your plans can exacerbate this problem by creating a sense of pressure to live up to the expectations of others. You become so focused on creating something perfect that you lose sight of the bigger picture. Brené Brown, the renowned researcher and author, talks extensively about the dangers of perfectionism. She argues that perfectionism is not about striving for excellence, it's about trying to earn approval and avoid criticism. It's a self-defeating behavior that leads to anxiety, depression, and a lack of creativity. The key is to embrace vulnerability and accept that failure is a part of the process. Don't let the fear of imperfection prevent you from taking action. Keep your plans to yourself, focus on the process, and allow yourself to make mistakes. The only way to learn and grow is to step outside of your comfort zone and embrace the unknown. Finally, let's discuss strategic advantage. This is the ultimate reason to keep your plans under wraps. Secrecy allows you to operate with stealth, surprise, and control. You can experiment, iterate, and adapt without having to worry about what others think. You can make mistakes without being judged, and you can change your course without having to explain yourself to anyone. This is especially important in competitive industries, where secrecy can give you a significant edge. Think about the tech industry. Companies like Apple and Google are notoriously secretive about their product development plans. They understand that secrecy allows them to surprise the market, disrupt the competition, and maintain their competitive advantage. They don't want their rivals to know what they're working on until they're ready to launch. Secrecy is a powerful weapon in the business world. It allows you to control the narrative, manage expectations, and create a sense of anticipation. So, embrace the power of silence. Keep your plans to yourself, focus on execution, and let your results speak for themselves. That's how you achieve your goals, disrupt the status quo, and leave your mark on the world. That's how you win. Energy vampire effect. Others' opinions and negativity can drain your motivation and confidence. Protect your energy by being selective about who you share your dreams with. Premature celebration. Sharing triggers reward centers in the brain, creating a false sense of accomplishment and reducing your drive to actually work towards your goals. Delay gratification and let the work itself be the reward. Idea theft/discouragement. You risk having your idea stolen or facing discouragement from those who don't understand your vision. Protect your intellectual property and your passion by keeping your plans private. Perfectionism trap. External validation fuels fear of failure, leading to paralysis and preventing you from taking action. Embrace imperfection and focus on progress, not perfection. Strategic advantage. Secrecy allows for focused execution, experimentation, and surprise impact, giving you a competitive edge. Control the narrative and let your results speak for themselves. First, identify your inner circle. This is crucial. You need a small, trusted group of people who genuinely believe in you and your vision. These are the people you can confide in, seek advice from, and celebrate small victories with. They should be individuals who offer constructive criticism, not destructive negativity. Think of them as your personal board of advisors. They should possess a combination of expertise, empathy, and unwavering support. Choose wisely, as these are the people who will help you navigate the inevitable challenges and setbacks along the way. Second, master the art of strategic ambiguity. You don't have to lie about what you're doing, but you don't have to reveal all the details either. When asked about your plans, offer vague but positive responses. Instead of saying, "I'm launching a new online business selling handcrafted jewelry," you could say, "I'm working on an exciting new project that I'm really passionate about." This allows you to acknowledge the question without divulging sensitive information. You can also use deflection techniques, such as changing the subject or asking the other person about their own projects. The key is to be polite but firm in your boundaries. Third, document everything. This is especially important if you're working on a business idea or a creative project. Keep detailed records of your progress, your ideas, and your research. This will not only help you stay organized, but it will also provide evidence of your ownership in case of idea theft. Use secure cloud storage or encrypted hard drives to protect your sensitive information. Consider consulting with a lawyer to explore options for protecting your intellectual property, such as patents, trademarks, or copyrights. Fourth, embrace the power of not yet. This is a powerful mindset shift that can help you overcome the urge to share your plans prematurely. Instead of thinking, I can't tell anyone about this, think, I'm not ready to tell anyone about this yet. This allows you to maintain a sense of control and agency over your communication. It also gives you